My brackets hit the back plate.
And the brackets. It uses the brackets, which shoot, it never, dude. Oh my goodness.
Because it would go right here, right?
Well, yeah, but there's two.
Ready.
Ready. All right. It's Saturday. We have Jordan, and we are in the car, and we're about to go get. I think we're just gonna get the GPU.
Okay.
So we're gonna get the graphics card and potentially another set of RAM that matches the RAM that we have. It's not entirely important, but I was like, if we can snag it, because we're gonna be editing off this machine. If I can get that bumped up to 32 gigs, that'll make a huge difference. But if not, whatever. And so they haven't replied, but we have to go to Denver, and then we have to get back, and then we have to record the video, and then we'll upload it. And so this portion's separate from the actual video. Both will be up. You'll see everything, but it's gonna be a trip, dude. You ready?
Let's do this.
It's gonna be a long trip.
Let's do this.
But it's gonna be a fast one.
Road trip.
So
Road trip.
let's talk to you after we pick up the card. All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been 7 years since I've uploaded. I don't know. I've got a new camera guy. Jordan's in the back. We're in a new location. There's a lot that's changed, but the only thing that hasn't changed is we still work in the tech field, and we are still mad about technology. So Jordan and I came up with a little concoction of our own just to kind of get some content out here, in that we were going to grab a computer from Facebook Marketplace and go through this whole process of upgrading it and making it viable for 1080p and 1440p gaming and some light editing. Until, like you saw in the beginning intro clip, I decided to not pay attention to what motherboard I purchased and did not have the options to do that. So we ended up pivoting and building everything off of a AMD platform instead of Intel. So the whole video title series kind of changed, didn't it, Jordan? I mean, I guess it didn't really happen. So we cheated quite a bit. So this whole series, this whole challenge was to build a good budget computer for around 650 bucks from Facebook Marketplace. And that is essentially what we did, except for we did buy 2 parts. There's a couple reasons for it. We bought a new case because, one, this is an older Antec case. It's dope. I love this case, a legacy case. It's awesome. But the power switch and some of the header cables on this case seem to not be working properly. And 2, as you can see, we pulled up a bigger GPU, and I'm actually not sure if it will fit in this case. It should, but the drive cage sticks out there pretty good because this still supports regular 3.5 millimeter drives, and we're not going to be using that. We're going to be using SSDs. But it is not for naught. We are going to be salvaging some components out of this computer. So we have 16 gigabytes of RAM in here. We have a 650 watt, 80 plus gold, I believe, power supply that we're going to be taking out of here. What else are we taking? We're taking the hard drives. We have 2 SSDs in there currently, and then we're going to put the third one in. And down the road, I'm going to put another, I believe, a Samsung 870 EVO M.2 SSD in this build. It is currently running some stuff on this little rack over here, so we're going to leave that until I decide not to be lazy and put that SSD in here and put the old SSD back in. And so that's down the road. And then we should be upgrading to 32 gigabytes of RAM. We were trying to get that RAM before doing this video, and the person just never messaged us back. And so that doesn't have to be bought on Facebook. It just happened to actually match the brand of RAM that's in here that I've never seen before, but it works. So anyway, we're going to build this computer. After we built this computer, we're going to give you guys some nice B-roll, and then we're going to get into some benchmarking for a lot of FTP games that are competitive and just fun to play. And so, what do you think, Jordan? Should we get right into it? Let's just hop in.
Let's do it.
All right, let's hop in. So now we have all the parts that I'm stealing from the donor PC. This isn't a bad thing. So we bought that PC for $250, and that's okay. We are actually going to have that computer be Jordan's first computer build. And so we're going to try to spend $300 to make that gaming PC gameable. It has currently a 6600K and no RAM, but it will have 16 gigs of RAM at a minimum again. And then it has a 600 gig hard drive in there currently, and it is rocking a Asus Prime 270 AR Z270. It's a good enough board, and it can upgrade all the way to the 8900K, but I was going to put the 9900K in there, and it turns out I can't do that because I forgot about the whole Intel and their weird chipset thing when they went to the 8-core, 8-thread, and so then you can put a 6-core, 4-thread in there, and anyway, yeah, it'll be fun. Jordan also has a PS5 alongside us, and so he isn't crazy, into PC gaming, but I don't know, Jordan, you tell us, what would you like to do with that build?
I would like to learn how to start gaming, PC gaming on it. It has been something I've wanted to do, just never had the time or the equipment to do it. So yeah, now, this will be a start.
So yeah, we'll get that. That'll be another video in itself. Having Jordan go through that experience, it'll be fun. But now that I have all the components that I really need out of there, I'm gonna open up this case and let's get to building. I think the longest portion that's probably gonna be a pain in the butt is the water cooler, because if you've never done water coolers, they're really fun. So they're not difficult, they're just a pain in the butt sometimes. So all right. Okay. Clearly this does not have the AMD AM4 mounting plate. And I was under the assumption back in the day, a lot of AIOs came with different plates. This one doesn't. It actually comes with a bracket to mount to said mounting plate. So we don't have a mounting plate. So we're calling around to some computer stores in the area to see if anyone has an AM4 mounting plate that they're willing to sell me, or salvage out of an old board or dead board or something. It could be AM3 or AM2, which is kind of sick. I just need it to be able to fit here. AM4 would probably be the safe bet that I can guarantee will work. And then we can keep this build going. But that's crazy. I was looking for the deals online what it came with, and that's just not something that I think they really have to state. So I guess there's probably other things I can get in place and build until we're ready for that portion. But dude, that's a bummer. Hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed that somebody has one and that we can keep going and getting this done. That would be fun, but we'll see. So we'll keep you posted. It's always fun. I'm always ruining things. It's me. Why are you doing this? Boom. So everything is in place. These cables are to the pump. So once I ordered a bracket, once the bracket gets here tomorrow, I'll toss it in, be able to test to see if everything posts. But that is the build. You rotate that for me, Jordan. Yep. What do you think, Miles? My son doesn't seem to care, but here's the other side. Wonderfully done. What do you think, dude? What do you think?
I think it is great. It's a great Good build, great build. Actually, not a good build, great build.
It's okay. We're missing IO shield.
You know, but you
It's
know,
like my standard now. I'm always missing that. IO shield.
well, that could be your signature.
No, that's a bad.
That's a bad signature. Yeah,
That's a bad signature.
That's a bad signature. I think that goes on the front.
Yeah. Everything's gonna have magnetic vent trays, which is here, also here. Ooh. So we are gonna have the power supply pulling air because it's gonna sit in this cubby.
Yeah.
And the cubby is open in the back and on some of the sides, so it'll suck in plenty of air, which is why we're going with the AIO. So we have that option. Let's not have to do that. You know what I'm saying, Miles? Yeah. So, all right, dude. I mean, the big thing tomorrow, getting it up and running, getting those shots, getting the benchmarks in. You guys will see that. We're also going to have a side YouTube channel. What is this? Oh, antennas. Called whatever this channel title is going to change /gaming. And so we're going to be doing some gaming on this with the group of people just to see how long-standing performance is. We'll have some featured friends on the channel. And you guys just look out for that. And you can watch some of those clips and VODs there. And I think that's where just all these other things are going to go, like us trying to find all the parts. And then, you know, you guys saw the excerpt of me realizing I didn't have the right part. And just all of the behind the scenes stuff is going to go there. So, yeah. What do you think, little man? There you go. What do you think? You like it? I don't think he cares, but yeah. Let's get the rest of the clips tomorrow. Let's see what happens. It didn't even take us that long to build it. It was just, if that piece was there, then we'd be fired up and ready to go. But we'll get it figured out. So, see you tomorrow.
Deuces.
Okay. And there is the finished product. What do you think, Miles? Yeah. Okay. So, we are currently downloading drivers, which should have just completed. And as you can see, we actually have different RAM in here as well to clean up the aesthetic of this build. I think it looks quite good. Maybe we'll add an extra fan in there. The airflow in here is immaculate. And this this cooler is running. Now, this cooler and this is an infinity mirror and this G-force portion should all light up. I'm not a huge fan of RGB. Oh, look at that. Drivers are taking effect already, huh? Nice. Not a huge fan of RGB. This is a little gaudy in my opinion, but I needed 32 gigabytes of DDR4, and I believe this is only running at like 2600 megahertz because this board doesn't go all the way up to 32 or 36, but these sticks are 36 and they're downclocked. So the big thing is that it is showing 32 on Windows, and we're showing the i7 or the i7, the 1700X. So the 8-core is running. We're good. Miles is hanging out with Mama, and they are watching some movies, some Christmas movies. And so this is a few days before Christmas, like a day. But at the end of the day, we did get it up and running. We got the bracket that we needed from Amazon. I got the RAM in there. We did have one bad drive, and I knew this drive was bad. I had an extra SSD laying around, and it was bad, so it was causing this to severely boot loop and crash. Then I had it in a Mac Mini for a little bit, and it was doing the same thing. Miles, are you being silly? Anyway, yeah, so we're going to get some games on it. You're going to see some benchmarks. I'm not going to be talking through any of those. And what I would say is... Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to pause this right here because I don't know what this guy's yapping about. All you need to know is that the build's up and running, and I will be doing some benchmarks here for the rest of this portion. And then from there, I didn't really film a good outro. So then the video will be over after you see that. And so there's going to be a couple different videos, hopefully here soon. This is probably a little after Christmas that these are going to come up, that you're going to be able to see everything. But don't listen to that goofball on screen. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So we're gonna go and give you guys all the benchmarks in the games, and there's gonna be some voiceover on that. So watch that. Okay, so let's get into all of the benchmarks and test games we played. So every game we played on this PC during this video is going to be completely free. And that's kind of the whole point, right? We go through this computer, we give you the option or the idea to be able to build something off of Facebook Marketplace, but regardless, you're still building a computer. You're still going to need extra money left over to get components and such. So it'd be nice to be able to play some really nice high quality free games. So we're starting off here with Halo Infinite, and we're not here for my gameplay because I'm terrible, but we are here to be able to see exactly how some of these games are running, and I think they're running quite nicely. The monitor that we're using is just an LED cinema display by Apple. It's a very old monitor. It does 1440p, but it does not do anything higher than 60 hertz. It's not a gaming monitor. The refresh rate's not super high. The response time isn't super high, so it's just forego that. But we did put all of these games on uncapped frames, and for most of the games -1, we turned off VSync. This game is running completely uncapped. If I cap this game at 60 and turn on VSync, I mean, it is a buttery smooth experience, depending on what monitor you have. If you can put it at 100 hertz and whatever the case may be, we're running every single game at about medium frames at 1440p. Some games do have upscaling dlss enabled, and some games don't, but I think most of the games that had the option turned it on by default, which is completely fine with me. And so as you can see, yeah, we'll get some micro stuttering here and there. Part of that, I believe, is just because we are recording. So if you're not recording your gameplay and you're just playing, I didn't notice too much of that happening as we were playing, but as soon as I started recording, we did. So we'll switch over to the finals here, and this game's running at high, at full screen, with DLSS turned on. Here's the big thing I need to express to everyone. I am terrible at this game. Like, I played this game a handful of 2 or 3 times, and I'm absolutely horrible. So again, we're not here we're not here for the gameplay or my performance. We're just here to see how well this build altogether can perform, and I think it's looking quite good. So I'll just kind of let you see for yourself for a little bit. So yeah, like getting into games like Marvel Rivals, one of the newer, soon to be popular esports titles, I'm sure. The game runs completely fine. It says that we're probably getting around 58 to 60, maybe 70 frames, but it just never felt like it. I have seen a lot of reports online or from other people benchmarking this game that it's just really hard to get this game to run really consistent, even on some higher end cards like 3070s. We've just seen some weird inconsistencies out of this game. Granted, this game came out, a couple weeks ago. It's not that I would be hard pressed to say it's super optimized, and I would give it just a little bit of time before hard pressed saying it doesn't run super great on PC. But I've also I run it on PS5 as well, and I've had some weird hiccup issues and everything like that too. So again, newer game, but just case in point, this is also running at 1440p at, I think this is medium settings with a bit of ray tracing on, and I think it looks fantastic. It feels good. I wasn't really struggling in terms of response time to frame rate. It felt fine. Like I said, this game doesn't ever really feel super great, so there's that. But yeah, it's just playing this, and then I believe we're gonna jump into Fortnite next, And Fortnite ran, I would say, pretty reasonable. Fortnite wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't bad by any means, and it was running on DX12, which was really nice. And so once we get into that, you'll kind of get the rundown of Fortnite. And then we played Minecraft, and then we played other games that are that wasn't quite an esports title, but something kind of along the lines of like, why am I blanking on the name? Anyway, we played The Descendants, third-person shooter, and I cannot Destiny 2. Holy nuts! Yes, so very much like Destiny 2, and once you get there, you'll kind of see how that game runs. But like I said, everything was running on medium or high. Nothing ever got preset to low. It ran quite well. It was very enjoyable. Here's Fortnite running at its default recommendation, even some settings on Epic. So just enjoy the rest of this, and then I will meet you guys as soon as the video is over.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's here. I'm gonna get some games downloaded and get to benchmarking some of those games, and really, that's gonna be about it. You know, we'll have a bunch more content popping up on different channels, so just keep your eye open for that. But we appreciate everyone that was a part of that, everyone that was so responsive and communicative through that. It's like really like 2 days of getting stuff, and all the people involved were just super awesome. So I appreciate every single person, and I hope that you guys subscribe, and you know, we'll make a community forum. I think that'd be fun to make a Discord, and then maybe we can start gaming with some of the fans and viewers. And so I appreciate all the support. Anyway, have a Merry Christmas. I hope this was a fun surprise to have this video up, hopefully around that time, and we'll see you in the next video. Make sure you hit the bell, hit the notification. It's like the only way YouTube is consistent on showing you people uploading. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say the old jargon, but hit those 2 things, you'll be set for the next video. Catch you later.